Sup everybody, it's D's Roy. I got another reaction. I'm about to react Jesse Lee Peterson. Now, I guess it's talking about to a abortion doctor, or is that what we call him? Well, anyways, they're debating right now. So let's go straight into this, man. It's gonna be interesting because all Jesse Lee Peterson's is interesting. So hey, let's go.
Somebody once said, when you wrestle with your conscience and you lose, you actually win. And for me, that wrestling with conscience started about 14 years ago. The reality is that 1 in 3 women in this country, by the time they're age 45, will have an abortion.
Amazing.
And it's the most common health care procedure that is offered. It's also one of the safest, but it's also one of the most controversial because it is a decision that is unique to women. My awareness as a physician of what happens to women when that care is not available convicted me around what it meant to be a woman's health care provider and to be a Christian, which ultimately led me to conclude that there was nothing doctrinally or specific about abortion in sacred texts, whichever one you're talking about, nor was there anything that prohibited women from having control over their lives and their bodies to make the same decisions that men are entitled to make as moral agents.
That's amazing. How is abortion a health care procedure?
So when a woman has a pregnancy that affects her health, or that she decides to end, if she doesn't have an opportunity to end it safely, anything that risks or ends poses a risk to your health is a healthcare issue.
But it's not a health care.
It's like one of the biggest things that's happening into our country. It's just two things. One is like you don't have the mom and the dad in the same house no more like that. It's not that much how it used to be, that when I have my mom and my grandma and grandpa and everybody else, that generation, most of them, they're all together still. And then you have abortions. That thing is crazy, man. It's up. To be honest, man, that thing is really, really crazy.
It's a healthcare issue for the baby.
And then most people, when they do it though, they always have excuses. Oh, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, well, stop having sex with everybody then, man. Just found the person you want to be with and all that like that, man.
The unborn child, and that
hell?
you're killing the baby. So I don't know how that is a healthcare issue for the child.
Well, so one of the things that when people describe abortion that way, the way I look at of calling abortion murder, or they call a developing pregnancy a baby, what they're telling me is that they have a certain understanding about what a baby is or about what they think healthcare is. If we're going to be precise in our language, baby is a cultural term, it's not a scientific or medical term. And before you're not a baby,
He's
before
one of
you're
those
born,
kind of people.
you're entitled to say that you don't believe that women should have abortion. But because of our laws, you're not entitled to block a woman from having an abortion, or you're not entitled to force a woman to agree with your definition.
Aren't you taking a life inside the womb? Aren't you taking a life?
Actually, a pregnancy, when you do an abortion, yes, a pregnancy does end a life. But does it end a person?
So you are killing an unborn child if you're taking a life. You're not taking the life of an animal. You're not taking the life of the woman, so you're taking the life of a child. Is that right?
I disagree with you. I understand what you're saying.
You are killing an unborn child, right?
I'm not killing an unborn child.
You're taking the life of an unborn child.
I'm ending a pregnancy.
But does that require you to take the life of the child that's in the woman's womb?
I don't define a pregnancy as a child, and
does it have a life? Is it a living?
It is a living entity. It is a life. It is a human being, because women don't have puppies.
Sure.
But it is not a baby. And if it were a baby, it would be a person, correct?
So the reality
let me finish.
So the reality is
gonna be a baby.
A life.
So
is that true or not?
do you want to have a dialogue?
Boy,
or
it is a baby. You want
to let me answer your question, or do you want to answer my question?
Answer the question about are you taking a life?
Okay. Yes, an abortion ends a life. Now, what I asked you was, you're saying a pregnancy is a baby, right?
It's an unborn child.
It's an unborn child. Okay.
Yes.
So if I kill a child, that's murder, right?
You mean when there's
If I kill a child,
yes.
You say, okay. So if I'm killing a child, if I'm doing an abortion in an abortion clinic, if you call the police, will they come and arrest me?
They won't, because of the law.
Why?
But that still
What
doesn't
does the law
take away.
say?
That still doesn't take away the fact that you're taking a life. And we both agree that you are taking a life.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I understand. Okay, if there's like, I don't know, man. Even because I didn't even know about this, but people that have abortions, think that if you get raped, it's only just like 3%. The other one is just, I don't know, they're younger, like 18 to 32, and everybody are 8 to 34 or something like that. And it's just because they probably went to college or they're young, they don't want to mess up the career. It's like, dude, and then as a guy, you can't say anything on your side like, oh, I want to have it. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's my body. Dude, it's like
Esquire did a
it's like
piece on you back in
it's hard to have a conversation with
2014
people about that. People
describing
get
how
really
you
mad.
traveled thousands of miles to perform abortions in Mississippi every month. The last legal abortion, at the last legal abortion clinic. First of all, is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Amazing. And do you still
Amazing,
do that?
amazing.
Why?
Do you still
Why?
travel miles? Because we were talking about abortion a year.
Okay.
Do you still travel miles to
I
perform
still
abortions?
perform abortions, yes.
And so you're still providing abortions in Alabama, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Illinois?
No, just in my home state of Alabama.
Just in Alabama
Alabama.
now? How many abortions have you performed in your career?
As many as necessary.
And how many is that?
As many as necessary. I don't keep count. Every woman who comes to me and asks me for that care, when she demonstrates that she is clear about her decision, I provide her with the care she seeks. I don't keep numbers. Because what difference does it make if it's 1,000 or 100,000?
Well, you don't think that would make a difference?
Okay, what difference does it make?
Oh, let me ask, how many months? Do you do it at 12 months? I mean, the ninth month if the woman wanted?
No, that's not legal.
Where do you, if it was legal, would you do it?
Well, I don't answer hypotheticals, and 88% of abortions in this country happen in the first 12 weeks of pregnancy before there's any point of viability. And part of I keep pushing back on your language, because to talk about an unborn pregnancy as a baby is very inflammatory. Stages of development matter. If you say that a baby and a fetus are the same, it's like saying also an oak tree and an acorn are the same. Is it the same if you step on an acorn as you chop down a 100-year-old oak tree? It is not. And that's why,
First
as
of all,
a
you
trained
can't
physician,
compare
for real, it's like,
acorn
what?
to a baby,
well,
human being.
don't get lost in the analogy. That's the
But
ability
that's
to
not
think
very-
in acrylic.
that's not very nice.
Well, it's not a matter of
For
being
real,
nice.
man.
So I want to know, once you pull this baby out of the womb,
I don't
after
pull
you,
babies.
Yeah, man. The thing is, whew, hard to think about. I don't know, man. He's in a bad spot, but he's making money. So the only thing when I talk about this, man, I would say after my injury, because if you're watching my stuff, right, you can see I have my injury and everything. I think after about 5, 6 years, I think 6 years after my injury, I started dating somebody. And then when I was talking to this girl, she got pregnant, man. And when I was talking to her, I think I was like 2, 3 months. And then after that, she just had abortion. And she just like, oh, it's not good right now. Oh, she like a lot of excuses. And then to me, I just got, brain injury. So I'm kind of like, of course, I want to have the kid. But I'm just thinking like, oh, man, it's your body. I got to respect it. But now when I think about it now, because after we tried a relationship after and it didn't work, I think a part of that because of that. But now if I go back, I wish I should have just like, I should have fought more. Because I did. I was trying to say something like, yes, we should try still. We boom, boom, boom. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Always this and this, oh, with this and this. What about this? It's like, well, you know what I mean? But I think that was the main thing. That was one of them that, like, there's a couple things, but one of them was that it always hit me. And then when we had a relationship, it was okay when we split up because it was my decision, and she got very emotional, hit up my friends, and was all like, oh, he made me have to do it. Like, what? Made me have an abortion. Like, how did I make you do that? See, it's like, it's hard to do that right there, man. I was in a bad spot right now. So I was just like trying to make it look bad. And that was
after
all
you
bad.
kill the baby inside the
I
womb,
don't kill babies.
and you suck it out,
So,
however you
yeah.
get it
I
out.
remove
That's what hits me all the time,
pregnancies
man.
by standard medical techniques.
And when you
when
see-
at 88, at 12 weeks, that is a suction procedure.
And when you
now,
see
do you want
that
to talk
child-
about
when you
the
see
procedure,
that-
or do you want to talk about the rhetoric that you want to engage
Let
in?
me ask, when you see that child, does it bother you at all?
It doesn't bother me at all to end a pregnancy that a woman doesn't want, because the woman who comes to me is my patient.
The woman that's killing it, having her child killed in her womb, does she give that child life?
Nobody gives anybody life.
So
Life is a
what?
process. We
So
all
she-
participate in the process of reproduction.
So she doesn't give life. What gives her the right to take her life?
Okay,
This is
nobody
like,
gave her life. She can't give life. We all are
So
here.
what gives her the right to
I don't
take
know
her
if you
life?
believe
Well,
a God or
you know,
something like that, man.
There's what gives her the
Oh,
right to end the
whatever. You don't
process that's
believe so.
going on in her body is that she is a human being with the ability to make decisions about herself, right?
So
Is there any process, if you
by
wanted
the
to have your
fact that she-
gallbladder taken out, would anybody question you? Do you have to get anybody's permission to have anything done in your body?
a gallbladder and a baby is not the same.
Well, a gallbladder is in your body
I'm
and
making-
a fetus is in her body.
I'm making the choice about the gallbladder, or the gallbladder has some problems, and making the choice.
And women
But
do the same thing about
a woman who
pregnancies.
kills her children on the
Okay.
inside is making a decision about another human being's life.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I
If you want to have I've never walked out of an interview, but if you want to have a meaningful conversation, ask me some meaningful questions.
Okay, I'm
Otherwise,
about
this
to
interview
now.
is a
Okay, if you went into this like interview, you didn't know it, then why'd you go into the interview? You know what I mean? You have to know what's gonna happen. You have to see what it's about and everything, or about him and everything, man. I want to do
I'm
that.
about to now.
Okay.
That's your fault, man. You
but I
should have
thought
got
the
your
whole
information for
conversation was
yourself.
meaningful so far.
No, because I haven't really. You haven't asked. You have asked me questions that prompted me to answer in a certain way, and then you've offered your critique. Everything has been about what your impression of
You
about
asked
who I
me.
am and what I do.
You asked
right?
me.
Right, I ask you because I'm still trying to figure out what
And
the
now
point
you're
of this.
complaining.
Oh, I don't complain because I
He
have
looks
a call
mad, though.
exit. I can walk out here any moment that I want.
Yeah,
me
emotional.
ask.
I'm indulging you.
You are the physician plaintiff in a federal lawsuit preventing the closing of a Mississippi-only abortion clinic. Is that
Correct.
true? You know, I went down to Mississippi and protested that clinic. We've been fighting to get that clinic closed for a long time.
That's important. That's unfortunate.
It's going to happen.
Because you are indifferent
It's
to
the
what
only
that
one
means
that's
to the
left.
women, right?
I'm sorry?
There are actually 7 states where there's only one clinic.
talking
You're going to
about
go
in
to each state to protest where there's one clinic left?
Don't give me any ideas.
Oh, well, I hope well, if I can give you that idea, you're late to the game, and you're not
Don't give me no ideas.
the only one who thinks that they have ultimate say-so over what women should be able to do with their bodies, and that you're
here we go.
indifferent to what it means to women, that you're indifferent to
Should the
what-
father have a say-so about his child?
should the father have the say-so over a process that's going on in a woman's body? No.
Is that his child in the woman's body?
Here we go.
A pregnancy, when a woman is carrying a pregnancy, whoever she decides the paternity is related to, and if they have the kind of relationship where she wants to have that, a woman doesn't have to relinquish control of her body to anyone.
Is that his child inside of her body?
I guess it depends on what state you're in, right? There are states that say that a woman, before she can end a pregnancy, has to get the permission of a man, even if he's a rapist. So
Is that his child inside the woman's body?
yeah, no, because a woman doesn't have property.
You didn't really
right?
say no.
No, it's not his child. It's if they continue that pregnancy
Well,
and give
how is
birth,
it her
it's
child
their
then?
child, right?
How is it her child?
It's,
then?
when
It's
she
both of
gives
theirs.
birth. Well, as I said to you, when
You
there-
really said no, it's
I
not
said
his child?
it's not as a property as he has some claim
You
over
put all
this
that
woman's
extra
body.
stuff onto it.
Okay.
You just said no, it's not his child.
It's not his child. It's their
Well, whose
child.
child is it?
It's their child if they
Because-
have a joint
But should,
enterprise, right?
should he have a say-so in that?
Not unless
If they joint, it's like that Dragon Ball Z when you have like Vegeta and Goku. Something like that.
you can take all the risks that go with continuing a pregnancy. No.
It's amazing, man.
Okay, all right.
To-
So tell me about
I know
this
it's
case
amazing
down
That's
to
there.
have
kind of-
somebody
kind of
to
recording,
think critically
but
and to
no,
not
I'm
just
just-
kind of roll over and let you run over them because you ask questions that have an agenda. But yeah, that can be amazing when you hear that other people can think too.
So you believe you're thinking?
Well, the evidence, as you said, the proof's in the pudding.
So let me ask, tell me about the case down in Mississippi. Is it going to be heard by the Supreme Court?
The Supreme Court has already ruled that Mississippi Clinic will not be closing.
Oh man, we got more work to do. Then.
You're entitled to do all the work you want. That's
So
why
let
we're a
me
nation
ask-
of laws, and the Supreme Court has spoken.
Damn, what a savage. Man, to be honest though, man, I don't know what, I mean, he makes money and stuff, but is that good or bad? I feel it's not the right thing to do. you know. But hey, man, like the only thing that I was raised, with, how my mom was a teenager with me, and then my grandma, my grandparents, they were young too. My grandma was a teenager, and my grandpa was teenage. Yeah, they're young, and so the only thing like generations more in mine and this new one and all that kind of stuff, people don't even try no more, and everybody is just, to be honest, I'll just say it right now. Like I say, guys and girls is both of them, and it's not even cool. Like it's more being hoeing, man. And like when you see a girl too and a guy, whatever, like girl could just say no. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, nah, I don't like that. The guy too, no. You know. And the girl though, like, oh, well then, I don't understand this when they have that kind of stuff too, cause the girl can have the power for a lot of things, cause they have the thing that what everybody wants for the guy. You know what I mean? And then when they go into that kind of way, then they try to say after, like, oh, I didn't know. Like, come on, man. Like, if you just wait and know that person, do all that kind of stuff, and then you'll see if it's the right person to do that. But nah, everybody just want to get all, I don't know, some other stuff, man. Whatever, man. That's how it is. This new generation, and it's whatever. People just don't think, man. You gotta think. But anyways, man, like, subscribe, show love, man. Hit me in the comments. Peace.